is Canada Day, July 1st. Fancy meeting you here.
Fancy meeting you.
Good thing we don't live here.
Velvet top fungus among us.
What did it say?
That you're a little boy. We got the creamy dill and the spicy salt and vinegar. This is the nicest bike path I think I've ever seen. Just so good. So good.
I love experiencing the places where my ancestors once lived. This week, it's Prince Edward Island. Sometime around 1840, my newly married great-great-grandparents, Anne and James Henderson, along with his brother William, sailed a fishing schooner from Scotland to Prince Edward Island and settled on the gravelly beach, or shingle as it was called. They fished for cod around PEI, the St. Lawrence River, and the banks of Nova Scotia. My great-grandmother Ellen was born there in 1855. I'll never know why James decided to sell his boat and travel west to buy land, but he died on his journey, leaving his wife and 6 or 7 children to fend for themselves. They left Charlottetown in 1857 and, with the help of strangers, found a new future in the United States. Confederation Bridge opened in 1997 and is Canada's longest bridge at 8 miles.
We are approaching the bridge, and apparently it's to leave. It's $50.25.
The bridge closes to high-sided vehicles when steady winds exceed 43 miles per hour and gusts consistently exceed 52. If winds exceed 65, the bridge is shut down completely.
Good visitor information center here. The lady was very helpful and really nice center. Looks like they suffered during COVID though. I think they're glad to have people back. Our friend said that the best ice cream was Cow's, and we just spotted one. I see ice cream. It is good, John. There's a Moo Tube. This is so good. This is so good. That was a great stop. We got lots of good information, and I was able to go online and book a ferry, so we don't have to come back across this bridge, which costs $50 to leave. We'll take the ferry for, was it 95? 75, 85, 94 Canadian. So we'll take the ferry. That saves us miles, so it saves us time, saves us gas, and so basically it'll be about the same price when you factor in the cost of the bridge. Good stop. And the ice cream, that was like almost the best. No, the best ice cream still is Grater's out of Cincinnati, but that was really good ice cream. Now on to Cavendish Campground. Here's the sweatshirt John got. He wanted something with the maple leaf, but something subtle. I like it. Keep you warm up here in the Maritimes.
Prince Edward Island turned out to be nothing like I had imagined. It reminded me of a scene from a children's book, with beautifully manicured gardens, idyllic farms, and a strong sense of history. Of course, it was far different in 1840 when the island had been divided into 67 lots and given to landlords who ran them as feudal fiefdoms. The mid-1800s was a time of revolutions, and people were revolting against aristocratic control. Perhaps that's why my great-great-grandfather left. By 1870, the large estates were divided into individual farms owned by individual people.
Guess what year it is? Fancy meeting you here.
Fancy meeting you. John's in search of the world's best ice cream.
Yes. Uh-oh, got 8 seconds. I don't have Grater's on
You
here.
gotta earn it.
Grater's mint chocolate chip is the best. They make their own cones. Wow.
I used to do exactly that at the yogurt store in Dorset.
Really?
Yep. And I had the window open and all the boats would come with the cinnamon. I used to, sprinkle a little extra cinnamon.
Look at that. Look at that. Second go at the, okay.
Beaconsfield Historic House was built in 1877 and one of Charlottetown's most elegant homes at the time. Modern for its time, it had gas lighting, running water, a water closet, and central heating. We especially appreciated the fast Wi-Fi.
One with the hiccups.
No, not the one with the hiccups.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get some Powell's ice cream. Oh, it's good. Not as good as ADL though. I like ADL.
At our second Cow's ice cream, but we're in this traffic circle doing a 360 here. We saw that the fact they give factory tours right here at this other store of theirs. Oh, this is the cheese. Oh, look at it. Wow, yeah. It's all moldy, doing its thing. Oh, they're making t-shirts. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're making t-shirts. Silk screening. Oh, that is too hilarious. That's a dud. You don't need to bother. But now we're going over to Anne of Green Gables Chocolates, where they're supposed to be making chocolate. So, and then there's a bakery right down the way. Oh yeah. Wow. Super fast Wi-Fi. It is so nice to be able to put the moonshade on either side of the van. There are a few foods that are unique to Canada, and one of them is Old Dutch potato chips that we cannot get in the States. We picked up 2 flavors today. We got the creamy dill and the spicy salt and vinegar. That's unique. I like it. This is the salt and vinegar one. Making my normal oatmeal breakfast. But one of our really nice viewers at the rally gave us a big jar of homemade applesauce. Thank you, Connie. Really appreciate it, and it won't last long.
No trip to PEI is complete without a visit to the setting of Lucy Maud Montgomery's classic Anne of Green Gables series. Her first book has been translated into 36 languages and sold more than 50 million copies. The farmhouse that inspired the setting of the book was actually owned by cousins of Miss Montgomery and is now the centerpiece of the Anne of Green Gables Museum. The woods featured in the books are also open to walk and enjoy.
This is John's writing. I think John wrote that. You wrote that, didn't you? I recognize your writing.
Wrote what?
That note.
What did it say?
That you're a little boy.
Not
At
what
heart.
it said. Not what it said.
Young
What
at
it
heart.
said?
Yeah.
We all grow young here.
Yes. Watch your head. It's a nice bright blue. Oh, a lot of bedrooms. Yeah, that looks like it. Velvet top fungus among us. Looking up. Mint, which is my favorite, but this one is Moo Crunch. What'd you get?
I got coffee and maple walnut.
Coffee and maple walnut at the cow.
Thank you so much.
This one is, let's see, this one is 6 kilometers all the way around. There we go. And it is coyote habitat. Be great on a bike. This is an incredible bike trail. Okay, there's 1 kilometer, 5 to go. And then you come out on the, what is this, the Gulf of St. Lawrence. Wow. Okay, let's keep going. This is the nicest bike path I think I've ever seen. This is the first time on this trip I've been sorry we didn't have our bikes, but our friends are here and they said we could use their bikes. Two down, 4 to go. Three down, 3 to go. Four down, 2 to go. 5 kilometers, 5 down and 1 to go. Another beautiful picnic spot. 6 kilometers and we are done. Canada Day, July 1st, and we're going to go down and borrow our friends' bikes and do the entire bike thing that's here, not just the 6 kilometers we did yesterday, healthiest looking poison ivy I think I've ever seen. Bunny rabbit. Lots of people have suggested John should have gotten the larger rad, the Rad Rover, I think it is. So I thought we'd stop here and ask him what he thinks about it and whether that would have made a difference. But first I wanted to point out that this newer Rad is a nicer ride. Maybe it's just mine has got too many squeaks. Lori put this seat on, which is really comfortable. She got it online, FITO. And she's got these guards on here, and we wouldn't ever use the fenders because it makes it harder to load and all that stuff, sort of thing. Is there anything else different, John, on this?
It's a beefier rack.
Yeah, the rack is beefier and it's integrated into the frame. So here's the Rad Rover. So what do you think, John? Is the geometry any different?
It's not a whole lot different at all than the 20-inch, but you do get bigger tires at 26 inches. I don't know the exact spec on it, but it probably weighs 15, 20 pounds more than the minis weigh. And so you do feel that weight as you're using the motor and using the throttle. You can feel that weight immediately. It's not as responsive as the Mini is. Is it any better for me in my height? No. In fact, when I first hopped on, I put my foot on the pedal, and the first thing that my left foot did was rub the back of the front tire.
Okay, let's get back and finish this wonderful ride.
Oops, that was my head. Oh, that was my head again.
You're in a tree. I like that seat.
You like this seat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to keep it dry.
Okay, thanks you guys.
Bye.
It's going. Gonna do some work, and then we're gonna go down and get some ice cream. We are going to get our 4th day of Cow's ice cream. It is a 1.2 mile one way, so we don't feel too guilty. Thank you.
What flavors did you get?
I don't know, something peanut butter cup something and Moo Crunch.
I got some Moo Crunch and chocolate utterly flutter or something like that. I can't remember it all.
Good thing we don't live here. We're getting an early start. Should be an exciting day. We've got 2 ferry crossings. The first one down at Woods Island to go over to Nova Scotia, leave Prince Edward Island, and the second one when we get up to Sydney and head over on the long ferry ride to Newfoundland. We stopped at a little spot just before the ferry, and we're going to take off the Trasharoo so that we'll be under the 20 feet and not have to pay the higher price. There, lane 6. How many chances do you have to get inside of a big semi-truck? Oh yeah, wow. You got everything in here.
Yeah, I got a microwave.
You got a refrigerator,
An air fryer.
an air fryer. Do you do Newfoundland?
Yeah, that's what I'm hitting.
Oh, that's where we're heading.
Yeah, I go
So
every
you're
couple
gonna,
of weeks.
so we're on the same ferry.
Yep.
Away they go. I know only one story passed down from my great-great-grandmother, thanks to her daughter and then granddaughter. One was a time she was making bread, and a small group of Indians came to her door. She fed them, and they left. One story is not nearly enough to whet my appetite,
but I am grateful for them being my bridge across time. She calls to me from long ago, through sunlit skies, through drifts of snow. In clouds that dance upon the sea, I call to her and she to me. So real was she. She laughed, she cried, she loved, she lost, she lived, she died. I'll live my life, and when it's done, I'll live again in those to come. For I'm a bridge from she to me, from those that were to those to be. Welcome to Nova Scotia.